Alright, so once again, yebemo kwa bebiem Ediaba Sports Link Ghana so ene ye the back to back updates ene dia bro. Kamaldeen Sulemana yedi ka be catch say Abrante no ebuna ketem from Southampton akwakopiemu ewo Atlanta na ne former coach Ivan Joric openi no etimi aye crowd say oni Kamaldeen Sulemana still opeso oni ne adwuma ewo Atlanta. Na good news about to dry ye banya baby remu nya hwede echo na former Blasters player Abrante Dean ede Andy Adom Abrante no enema ekoye ede man reading FC ene good news about to dry ede amano na Thomas Partey ni move rumor circulate say Abrante join Barcelona no ebusia as a question mark akra ewo ho yeba nya babedi enkomo message ni die no bokwa so Oba so no subscribe or like no pia share na enkomo no etimi aye kama now yenko ne yefa ensema hodo no entimi enfamre na me sha ase dia amde wura mu ewo Andy Adom Abrante we wasi akan pen e dia ma oman konkon Ghana na chese Blasters of Ghana Abrante abojuma ye e di amaye na Abrante no first in 2018 na Abrante sina kan Edma Barnsley. But that particular year anymore, and Obuna ketem every Barnsley, Ecopiemo, Edma Reading FC. Meno kasa no Abrante atna ho ache papa. What a one kasa o check from 2018. ABC Sabreya, Abrante no wa both team na captain team na uguso Asia kan Edma Reading FC. Now reporter Eban say Andy Adom the contract with Reading for no etimi Eban we ye say no one also etimi put pen to paper. Was sign contract no edi ama Reading FC a woni say na Abrante there what na wan kasa akwa retirement eti eno so breaking news eba ye de Emma from the camp of Andy Adom. Now yanto so na yenwam substantive one, that is Abrante Dean edi Kamaldeen Sulemana ye di Abrante we nkomo dodo na media bro. Yes, Abrante no nkomo de dodo na ye di abro na Abrante no as to say ni move to Atlanta eye no kre anase enye no kre no ene breaking news eba say Atlanta for so far so good omatimi ashede medicals di ama Abrante Dean edi Kamaldeen Sulemana chese bibibia edi adanse say from next season say ochena yankopon eye adom na Abrante ewram Italy na okoye ne medicals na then from next season no Abrante betimi adjoin Atlanta team no wa sha say abo adwuma na per report David Einstein edeba ye no na o say Kamaldeen Sulemana is expected in Italy tomorrow to undergo a medical to complete his move to Atlanta. 21.5 million euros including add-ons, 4-year deal with an option for a 5th year. That's a good move and Abrante enya hold on. Me last time I made Abrante one update Edinburgh no. I said it here. This particular move na Abrante airport area no. Like I'm for the move. Because Kamaldeen, the style of play and then the flair ni bibia or the ball no. Ebe suiti Atlanta bobuko no. And mind you, one of the former manager and it's a kwakoye juma. Eti Kamaldeen ni move we no. I know say afe and a Kamaldeen no. You ever be huni ye papa. And one thing I love our day's transfer. I say one Ibrahim Sulemana. Omi ni ekobo the same team no. Ebema Abrante no. Obe feel okay. Obenya obia. Obetimi ne di nkomo edi agro. Obe feel at home hodom. So nyankopon aduma per reporter eba no. Chese Kamaldeen Sulemana remu ewo Italy. No akoye ne medicals. Yenim say championship site. He say Southampton English championship. Na Abrante enkobobi say there still okwakopie na Serie A no wone Lukaku mo e dia feso pa eti eno so good news ochena ye nyina yenwuram na ade a ema manije was sa transfer we mu sika asa ewuram no per report no say 21.5 million euros including add-ons, 4-year deal with an option for a 5th year. Enti Abrante no assign a 4-year deal and e dia ma Atlanta say there BBP I confirm and I break history and my own says Sports Link Ghana so there tempiano ye ba hu de echo and then eba so Kamaldeen Sulemana to Atlanta. Here we go. BBP I confirm 4-year deal with option to extend by 1 year and also no. Now me pesi remu na yekotie Partey Thomas Partey ho nsem whether say the move to FC Barcelona no realistic and answer realistic. And Crawford, people are of the view say Partey looking at Barca setup no they say Partey betimi rem or honum. It I don't know whether say you see this move say realistic and answer sebi adanko dadadwe yenko ni nkotie sa enkomo we.
It really hurts me say he was, I don't know what's the details of negotiations no.
It was not public.
Who was at fault and who wasn't willing to at least.
But is it not too obvious that almost certain checky parties are?
What's the idea catch out based on, you see, Nana, if I start off this submission by telling you, say, since Partey Europe, there hasn't been a single season that one matches in last season. From Atletico B to Atletico Madrid to Arsenal, there's not been a single season or both games since last season. He did everything sure, and I right saying, he would end up playing more matches for Arsenal. What you said the whole of last season, players two played the ball matches in. Trossard was one, and their goalkeeper was the other player. He played more matches than Saliba. He played more matches than Odegaard, who got injured. He played more matches than Saka. It's the whole of 2024-2025 season. Nana, whatever Partey had to do to stay fit for Arsenal Football Club, he did it. He was loyal to Arsenal. But you see, sometimes when it comes to business and money, Nana had no loyalty. Because I believe that the club are also looking at what they could get from Thomas Partey. And it was so clear. Say. Now you see, when you are playing with the total football star, if you are an advocate of the Pep football, now Pep football now even you are a student of Pep Guardiola, now you will come to realize there are certain positions these coaches do not compromise. And one is the position that they believe that the game is what being read through. Says game nana, it all stems from one position. You strike at the film, you goalkeeper at the film, who can play from the back. There's this, they understand that the system is built on what? A solid midfielder or defensive midfielder. It's Debiamidi Rodri, Ayan Fatou. Or even use Busquets during his days at Barcelona under Pep. Or even after Pep. These were players that you know said they understood the game. Say you as a coach, you wouldn't compromise as far as their positions are concerned.
Yeah.
So whatever Partey tried to do last season, Nana, to aid in the negotiations with Arsenal, for them to even try to accept on any conditions, no, Nana, and Fasa. Last season he played 52 times. Do you know the number of games Arsenal played the whole of last season?
No.
Nana, they played 58 in all competitions.
Yeah.
Arsenal bought 58 matches. Partey bought 52. Trossard ne bought the most, or no bought 56. And a chunk of those games, he came from the bench. But he can't play or ball games. An outfield player, it was Thomas Partey. You see, but when the reports about player was Zubimendi, I started to say about, you know, when the season ended, now he can say, as I reach an agreement with Zubimendi, there you come to believe, say, Nana, I'm sure that there was trouble. Because Zubimendi, one, is a Spaniard.
Ateta is Spaniard.
Ateta is Spaniard. Baby, I crow Ateta fee so no.
I want no free.
I had no free. Baby, Ateta fee pay you know. I want a boy is free. And age-wise, this boy is about 4 years younger than Thomas Partey. And Ufi Real Sociedad, Nana Oba Arsenal. Ufi Real Sociedad, Nana na Oba Arsenal. Definitely, it's going to be a pay rise for you. Whatever he was taking, I'm not sure that would be made the 100,000 Sociedad. Zubimendi 100 Sociedad they 100,000 Zubimendi. So from Arsenal's perspective, Nana, they were trying to cut costs as well as bring in quality. Someone they believe say with all the Thomas Partey see now the difference is no Nana ain't said that you be brisa because Zubimendi as a player has his qualities. But we know, say, at age 32, he has nothing on Thomas Partey. as far as position of Mobon is concerned, no, there is nothing he can do better than Partey. But then coaching is your pay. It's your projections as you remember Partey 3-year deal. Why don't we bring in another defender who is younger? Now Partey, the wage is not also no. We don't split, we split it between two players. One player at the backup. So from an Arsenal perspective, they've done good business. They strategic. Because somebody says sooner or later they would have to replace Thomas Partey. Sure. So you bring in a player who is younger than him. Then the backup is also 31. Also younger than Thomas Partey. And America's also teams of Mufi Bana. Then Arsenal were always, you see, that's one thing about the clubs. Especially when a player is on high wages. Very few players don't put me a bargaining and they end up getting what they want. And a typical example was Mohamed Salah, who is over 30, but he was able to bargain because Mohamed Salah is one of the faces of the Premier League. And Liverpool wouldn't want to let go of such an asset. In the side, it's Mo Salah who keeps on calling the shot. But you see, one of the things that Bijini said, I'm Thomas Partey. Now was the fact, say, now we were not hearing, say, teams were chasing for this guy. We didn't hear, said, the team said Dinechi. Because with Salah, we were always hearing, say, Nana, Saudi Pro League, no, were willing to give him a bumper what? Offer. That means the Kalam has no do as him. Manga doesn't how it smokes me. Because they want you to believe that the player is also what? Being sought after. His services is in high demand at other teams in Yanomope. But unfortunately for Thomas Partey, it looks like all him. I believe that as a no in such as now for him. It's a huge deal now because you see, if Thomas Partey was so important to us now, then by January something would have been done. When Trent knew he wouldn't want to renew his contract with Liverpool, by January he knew he was going to what? Real Madrid.
Sure.
When Mbappe knew he wasn't going to renew with Paris Saint-Germain, by January he knew he was going to Real Madrid. And as we speak, that's not the case for Thomas Partey. For me, I just believe, say, Arsenal maybe didn't play fair with him. Because like I was saying, go through Thomas Partey's records. Now, say, throughout the professional career with you, has there been a season of more games last season? Last season, now. He played 52 times in all competitions for us now, in 58 games. He scored 4 times in the Premier League. One of their best players in of the season. But I believe say Arteta has got other plans as well. The team has got other plans, and it's just sad say he has to leave. Now Thomas Partey is still a quality player at 32. And I hope say he will definitely move to another top club in Europe.
Have you heard the Barcelona stories?
Now, you see, Barcelona, at the end, it doesn't sound realistic. Why? Because Barcelona now find themselves in financial crisis. And one of the things that
Hugo as a free agent.
They do.
And can agree to lower his wages.
Nana, but then there are still kids you need to play against. You have to fight with kids who are more energetic than you. Now you Dijon with you and then 24 men about Barca midfielder.
And Krankwa.
They need people who can work. They need boys who make me press hiding and working hard. So when they say of Dijon, you have the likes of small boys who are mobile. Pedri, Mone, Gavi, Mone, other young boys are mobile. That's why I feel say I'm not saying that he can't make it to Barcelona. He can. But won't that system be too rigorous for him? High intensity football we are mobile without the ball, more pressing. You think Thomas Partey can give them that? That's the only problem I have. But even if Thomas Partey should lower his wages, Nana, by how much? Assuming he's even on 280,000 at us now. What lower are he? And now Barcelona are also trying all they can to cut costs. So unless maybe Thomas Partey says he call Barcelona according to 150,000 and now 120,000. Which per on the standards no, I doubt say even when Arsenal told him to lower his wages, he would have lowered it even below 200,000 pounds threshold. I doubt. It's Barcelona story in the person GAD until someone who says something concrete is happening. But he still has it in him. He's a quality player.
All right. The me pese obeye e wo comment section wo e dey me. And it's a obeche wadwene. When I say Partey move